Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, sim, race and RC fans, Racing 393. Now, this particular video, /car, my M05 chassis, has created a lot of interest on the internet throughout my videos. And I hadn't finished with this car by any stretch. So today, this is just a video to let you know what I'm going to do. There'll be another video of me doing this because I need to have time to strip the car down. So a little bit of a background. This car was fully hopped up with mainly Tamiya and racing, and I think I've also got 3 racing when I read it. So there's a couple of speed options for this vehicle which I need to put on. Let me just take the body shell off. So this is the M05 chassis underneath. It's a standard Hobbywing 1060 which just about holds together. Upgraded Tamiya front and rear shocks, racing blue adjustable hop-up options. And I've put a set of the wheels and tyres are from like a 1/10 buggy, 1/10 scale touring car or whatever. So they're not in sort of keeping with a mini wheel and tyre, which is going to be generally small, like the M05 wheels and tyres that come off of a chassis like this are smaller, aren't they? So these ones were slightly bigger. And just to sort of clarify, as you can see there, on my last outing, it did break a rim. So I haven't replaced that yet, but I'm going to have to replace that. So I might have, I might have to just for this, buy another set of wheels for this. I'm thinking of putting foams on it, but I think just for now, I'll just get a replacement wheel from L&L Models. So this car is quite tricked out actually. It's got a ball diff in. It's got a radio link receiver there. And it's all fully sort of hopped and tricked out. It's not fully done. I mean, there is more, and I've got some more bits to show you. So, okay. So the main issue with this was I did run. You don't have to, but I ran a rather large pinion. Now, with that in mind, the motor plate, the hole of which the pinion goes through, was too small. So to get that, to change the motor or indeed get the pinion off, you've got to strip the gearbox effectively, which isn't ideal, apart from this upgrade, which will make it perfect. Now, as you can probably see, you see that there, that's a motor screw. So it's a titanium motor screw. But there should be another one here. You can have that one there or there, depends on where it sits. But it doesn't fit there because the pinion's too large, in fairness, so it puts the motor out of sync. So I've only held the motor in with one screw. Again, it's not nowhere near ideal by any stretch. So hopefully what I'm about to show you will help me out on this one. So firstly, the first thing I'm going to put in the car is an M05 fast gear set. So effectively, that will put the spur gear, if you like, that's inside, smaller. So what that will mean, I can run a smaller pinion. So I can get the motor properly fitted to the engine plate and properly meshed. That will be a godsend. So that's the first thing. The second thing I'm going to put in, I've got some hollow shafts. I think I've shown you these before, but these are the lightweight hollow shaft set. So they go through the bearings obviously, and they're hollow, so there's less weight. That will help. You've seen these before in other kits, but I've got some high speed bearings. I've tested these in previous videos, are they high speed? Who knows? But the gearbox I know has got standard bull racing, so I can fit to these in the gearbox. A hop up here, which I won't put in this time round, but I'll show you it anyway. It's a gear differential set, a 38 tooth from Yeah Racing. I won't put that in yet because the bull diff is more than enough at the moment, so that's a separate task. And the final piece to my puzzle, because I'm going to put more power through this, I'm thinking I might, once I've got this together where I can sort of, the motor's properly fitted, eventually I'm looking to run brushless, which would be useful. Now, the front of the car, let me just show you. Hopefully you can see that, but maybe you can't. In there, you just make out that they're standard Yeah Racing drive shafts. Now, being front wheel drive, they're better than the originals, because the originals were like just dog bones, and we know what they're like. They're okay. They do a job. And these was the universal joints. You know what they are. So they're slightly stronger, more reliable. You get the power down. You know, except I don't need to tell you that. I've got an upgrade which I feel is necessary based on the fact that this will run quicker. Yeah Racing, what they're called, shaft spring steel shafts. So they're a much stronger set of shafts for this. So they'll definitely be going on because it's going to be putting more power, especially if I get to the point of putting a brushless system through it. Is there anything else? I think that's about it. We upgraded the chassis to install LiPo battery with the round ones, the square ones. I say round, they're sort of rounded edges, aren't they? But my square battery would fit in. So now I can run 2S or even 3S if I change the speed controller. I might have to put just to run a 2S through it on its current brushed motor is fine, but if I go to a brushless motor, I'll probably get like a kit which includes the electronic speed controller, because that speed controller gets hot. The 1060 Hobby Wing is literally, it's just a bog standard electronic speed controller, and it's great for majority of situations. But when you start putting more power through them, they get that gets really hot and then cuts out. So that's the plan. I've got a reasonable good servo in there, and that's what I wanted. The servo I've got in there is see it through there, more to the point. I don't even make out, it's nothing, it's standard size. But that will stay as it is, to be honest. So I'm going to have to buy a wheel and install those parts. It means the gearbox in the front will have to come apart completely. Because it's got a lot of grease. I put a lot of grease inside this, which will need to be cleaned and everything, because it's it doesn't get a lot of use anyway, does it? This, but yeah, this is quite a special car actually. It goes really, really well. So we'll get this back out. I'll do a video of the installation of these parts. I'll try a bit more detailed with it to show you what I'm doing. So it'll take a bit longer, so I'll give myself time to do that. I'm not sure when that will happen, but that will be another video coming very soon. So please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoy the video, and I shall see you very soon when we get this upgraded. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.